All right, we ready? Yeah. Just making sure everybody's ready. Okay. We have 5 proposals that were on the table from the previous meeting. That's the counter to district salary, counter to automatic step, Union 6, union retention supplement, district counter to Union 10, which is the art, music, and drama, and union number 9, pay for a mentor. We have currently 7 tentative agreements, which is the beach volleyball, the team leader supplement, dual enrollment, Appendix A, which is a 7th period assignment, differentiated pay, Appendix D, the lunch monitor, period pay, a split class, and experience credit. Okay? And unless you have anything you want to present, we will.
Floor is yours.
Okay, we'll get started. All right, we're going to start with Union 10. We have a counter proposal for you on that one. Got 2 that way. 4, right? 3, 5. 3, 4, 5. And then there are going to be a lot of extras in this pile. So
Okay.
you can just throw them back at me. Oops. So we're prepared to sign off on this counter proposal. We added back in the music event coordinator, 8 per district, which was your request on your previous proposal. And we made the index relative to the increases of the others above in the proposal. So it's about a $135 increase for the music event coordinator. Thank you.
Question.
Yep.
The other numbers remain the same?
All the other numbers remain the same. The only thing we did is we took your proposal and we added back in the music event coordinator and changed the index because your index still had them a lot higher. So the others are all about 125 to 130 increase. We added the same increase to the music coordinator. Okay? You want to think about that or you want to sign off?
Should we sign it to the caucus before we do
We'll
anything?
call this on.
Let's sign it. Let's sign this one. They added back in what we wanted that in. We'll sign this.
Okay. I have one copy, you have one copy, I'll sign and then send it over. Today is the 19th of October. Pass that over to you. Oh, thank you. So now we have 8 signed agreements. That's a good thing.
You have it right there.
Pop that in there. Okay. Next, I would like to talk about, so I was provided some information after our last negotiation session that was not previously available to our negotiating team at the time of our last and final salary proposal. So we have evaluated your salary proposal, and along with the new information, we're going to be providing you with a new and extremely aggressive salary proposal. Okay, and I'll hand those out and then share with you attached to the back of the salary proposal. 2, 3, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, before I hand this over to you all, behind the salary proposal is also the salary schedule, both the grandfathered and the performance, so you can see the difference there. And I'll hand that to you. There's a bump.
There is a bump, yeah.
All right, just for the benefit of the folks in the room, I'll just go ahead and read the proposal so that it's clear to everyone. So eligible employees on the grandfathered schedule as of July 1 will receive one step increment on the current salary schedule and an additional $4,000 to their base salary for the year, retroactive to July 1. As a good faith effort to show that we are serious about providing pay to teachers, we're going to also add step AA and commit to next year. Step BB will be added to the grandfathered schedule. So nobody will be on BB this year, but we'll add it this year just to show you that we will consider a step again next year. Employees on the performance salary schedule shall receive a $4,000 increase on their base. They will also receive, if they are effective, they will receive 3 fractional steps, which is $1,320. And they will receive 8 fractional steps if they are highly effective, which is $3,520. And we will add steps AG through A1 because the performance salary schedule continues regardless. Okay? And on the attached to the back, you can see it shows what their new annual salary would be. So we made it so it was pretty easy to read. It's what their current salary is on this grandfather, then you add the $4,000 and then the step, which is $1,320 on the bachelor's, $1,500 on the master's for grandfather. And then anybody on the performance salary schedule, you can see we've added the 18 years, which is would be the entry amount of experience that people could bring in, but that is not limited for those people currently in the unit. They get up to 18. That's not the step they would max out at. And then you can see the $4,000 added to the salary schedule, and then the 3 incremental steps, which we had previously put at 2 incremental steps, which was $880. So we brought that up, and the $3,520. This is about a $10 million increase from last year's salary proposal. Okay? So we will continue to reject the automatic step, the retention supplement, and Union 9 for all of the reasons that we've stated earlier in the negotiation process, but we are willing to adjust the window for employees if they elect to transition to the performance schedule to 10 calendar days after board approval. This will allow that there would be no delay in paying the retro process, because if somebody does it 30 days later, the retro process is already in the works once you all ratify. We don't wait for the board final approval to start that, to build the pay process. So we're giving 10 calendar days after that, and I will provide you this as well. There. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There you go. So we are very comfortable with our position and sizable increase to the salary proposal as it relates to the board's commitment to balance aggressive teacher raises, which now is at 12.5%. All in with all other proposals is at 13.2% within their fiscal responsibility. This is truly our last and final offer. You may You may caucus, as we will be staying here at the table. But as we see it, you have 2 options. You accept our proposal on the table as is, or don't, but that's your decision. Will ultimately lead to your willingness to go to impasse, which will ultimately prevent teachers from being paid possibly until spring, and may not allow for a retroactive pay as determined at the state level. So you challenged us with this statement. Is your refusal to pay our teachers a living wage in the middle of a critical shortage what you want? I would say by not accepting probably the highest salary offer in the state, It is your refusal to do what is right by teachers to get them paid. And if we close tonight, we could get them paid before Christmas. And that's all we've got for you tonight. But we're here as long as you need.
We will go caucus. Can we use board?
You absolutely can.
Questions?
Anybody have
Any
any
questions?
questions before we go?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We have at least one teacher here from Lee County. And in Lee County, they have a retention supplement. So I don't understand how folks in Lee County can have a retention supplement, but not us. How does this make sense?
So that's not really a question, it's more of a statement, and we've already answered that question.
The question is, we have proposed a retention supplement many, many times, and we have tailored it to try to meet all of the criteria necessary for it to comply with state statute. And we have teachers, at least one teacher in the room who's from Lee County who has a retention supplement. But almost all the teachers here who work for Collier County, they don't have a retention supplement. So my question is, why can't we come together to get this in the books?
So many times throughout this process, and this is one thing that Mr. Lewis and I agree on, and that doesn't happen often, he has stated, it doesn't matter what's said here, what matters is what's in the proposal, what's in writing. Ms. Winrich said, the district's team, the board is very comfortable with what's proposed now, and it doesn't include the supplement you're suggesting. And so we're ready to move forward with the offer you guys have now.
Follow.
So the board and the superintendent is okay with the package. I heard that. Was it ever even mentioned to them about the retention supplement?
We don't move forward, we move at the direction of the board and the superintendent. They are perfectly comfortable with what we have on the table.
But my question is, were they aware that we have even asked for retention supplement?
Absolutely.
And are they aware that we never get paid with an automatic step
Absolutely.
for the work that we did the year before?
Absolutely.
Okay. That tells us what we need to know.
I also want to address the fact that the person that's in the room, I want to give a shout out to the president of TALC, Kevin Daly, for coming up here to support us. Thank you, Kevin. You guys got it done.
Come on back when you're ready.
All right. You're no longer on Candid.
Okay, we caucused and Mr. Lewis has something he would like to say.
Thank you very much for your offer. We have a proposal for you. And after I make the proposal, Kelly Beckbridge Romero will make a statement on behalf of our team. Our proposal is this. We are willing to sign the district's salary counter proposal if the district is willing to agree to the automatic step proposal made by the union. Kelly?
If it's okay with all of you, I'm just going to speak somewhat candidly, and my voice is probably going to shake. That's okay because this taught to speak even if it's shaking. The reason why it's shaking is because it is an emotional experience. I hear what you're saying, that by us being so aggressive and assertive and rejecting, district proposals that have come forward, that it sounds like, we aren't looking in the best interest of teachers. But I just wanted to assure you that we are. This is not about CCEA. This is about all of our unit. And we are the teachers in the building. We are the ones that hear from them. We listen to them. We hear them say that they don't feel valued without that automatic step. Yes. They want to have that automatic step. They don't believe that it is a cost to the district in order to do that. And so for them, it's personal. And personal, it's true, it is personal. It's personal for me. I've been a teacher in this district for 14 years. My husband's also a teacher. My very first teaching job in Collier County, I went to work while my baby was 7 weeks old, taught 5 preps, pumped in the bathroom, did the whole thing. And I continued to raise my family here. We have since outgrown our home, and now there's 2 possible highly effective teachers looking to again leave this district because it's becomes so unaffordable. But we try to make it work because we love it. We feel like we're a part of CCPS family, and we've raised our children to be. But we're not doing this, we're not saying that we want this automatic step because we aren't being considerate of the teachers and the members. They have told us, and they've continued to tell us since 2006, that this is what's going to make them feel valued, and this is something that is really become a sticking point for all of them, not necessarily for us, but for them. There's many more of them than there are people sitting at this table, and you've said before, like, we should always consider the whole unit whenever we're considering our proposals, and I 100% am. Sure, I come to the table with my own personal story, I think everybody does, but I also listen to the stories. I'm a listener. I'm a talker when I'm not in front of a crowd. I'm a talker, and I hear what's on the hearts of these teachers, and that is what they are asking. It is very serious. It is not about, yes, money, yes, but that is a very important thing for their morale, to support them, to make them feel, and I don't want to use this word too candidly, but to make them feel loved and valued. That's really important to them. So that's why we are, firm about our feelings about the automatic step.
As a president, I'm going to add to that. Every year, the administrators, you guys get an automatic step. You have people within this building coordinating, developing, coming up, calculating your salaries, and not once do you have to wait to get paid for your performance 6 months later. So why should we? So we're taking a page out of your book. I would like for you guys to freeze your raise until we get our raise. Show us that you care that much for us. Stop giving yourselves raises every year, annually. Wait for us to settle, then get your raise.
So I'd like to correct you on that. Non-bargaining never goes before CCEA in any salary increase each and every year. They go with a unit, and it always is CCEA. So if CCEA doesn't get paid, non-bargaining doesn't get paid. And that means your office managers, your specialists, your nutrition service support staff, anyone that works here in the district office, including your principals and assistant principals. Nobody gets an automatic step. Just so you understand. Principals are also paid on performance, and they don't get paid until they get their evaluation scores, which are calculated at the same time that the teachers are calculated.
Thank you for addressing that. So how long does that take? Does it take 6 months, 7 months, 8 months? I think it's done within days. But here we are, we're in our 11th meeting, 12th meeting, may not have any more meetings, but do you guys go through the same stress that we go through our people? Our people go through. They're waiting for you to do what's right. We're demanding it. And there's no reason why you guys cannot put that automatic step on the table and sign on it. There's no reason why.
People people just feel like this is money they earned the year before, and they don't understand why they can't. They performed, and they helped the district to shine, but they can't get paid for what they did last year, and this is another school year. People don't understand why they can't get paid for the hard work they did the year before.
17 years. 17 years we've been waiting. We've been getting paid 6, 9, 12 months after we earned it. 17 years we've been behind the 8 ball. Every time cost of living goes up, housing goes up, food goes up, gas goes up, and we're still making the same thing we made the year before. If you really want to honor us, you really want to respect us, you really want us to stick around, then start paying us with our first paycheck the following year what we should be earning. You don't have to do the VAM scores. I understand you need time to calculate that. But you know, we all know that we were effective last year in May. We advertise on our website that there's a step, there's a schedule. And when you get here, you go here. When you get here, you go here. And we're still waiting. We're waiting. 17 years we've been doing this. 17 years. When I first started working in this district, I could look and know, oh, okay, next year I'll be making this. I don't know what the salary's going to be, but at least I know I'm going to be going up by a whopping $1,320. We're not doing that anymore, and we haven't been doing that. First it was, we got a 6% on the salary schedule. That was in 2006. And it was agreed that we wouldn't take a step that year. I was furious. That's when I started bargaining. And here it is, 17 years later, and we're still not getting paid with our first paycheck with what we need. So we are pleading with you to go back and talk to the superintendent, the school board, or whomever you need to talk to start paying us when we need to get paid, and that's with our first check.
May I add to that too, please, if that's okay? So, as I said before, I haven't been here, I've never had an automatic step. And so, since that was the case, that was the norm for me. And I, of course, thought that it was the right thing to do, and then I thought it was something that was seriously missing and lacking from the negotiations here. However, I also didn't realize that other people, because I thought, well, so much of our unit are people like me who never knew an automatic step. So maybe it wouldn't matter to people. I have found that it really matters a lot. It is not just, you might think, oh, well, these people, they're all used to it. They're used to not getting, it wouldn't be as big of a deal to them. It's a way bigger deal to our unit than I ever even imagined. I thought I was just the only one that was cranky about it. But this is very serious to a lot of people. We've heard from them. And we're not at all not taking it to what we're actually here doing what they're telling us to do. It's not just, and it's more than the people in this room. It's all around our whole unit.
And I'm going to say this. Performance pay is a shell game. It's a joke. Because if you were paid on your performance, you will be paid automatically. It's a joke. It's a shell game. Here you are performing, but you're not getting paid to perform because you have to wait. You have to come to the table and negotiate. But our administrators don't.
Well, we just proved that was wrong.
I don't believe you.
I don't think we're discussing building administrators. We're talking about the people that work here that sit on that side table.
Nobody gets paid until CCEA gets paid. You can look at it on the board packet. It's been the same way
I did
since
July
2011.
31st, and people moved up from senior director to
That's
director circle.
That's single people with promotions. Teachers, if they move from a teacher position to an administrative position, they get paid too for the change. You're talking about a whole unit. We're not talking about one-offs. No one in this building gets paid before CCEA gets paid. So his statement is inaccurate. I just want you to understand that. And building principals do not get paid until teachers get paid.
But teachers don't get promotions. Our promotion
They
is our
can.
automatic step.
They have the ability to get.
If they want to leave the classroom.
It's the same for anybody, in any position.
And like you said, you guys don't get paid until CCEA gets paid. But the amount of the increase that you get is a whole lot more than what CCEA gets.
No.
And you get it in your next check.
I would like to just bring back our discussion back to what we're talking about. This is a negotiation.
Yep.
This is a this for that. Our this is we will sign the salary proposal in exchange for our automatic step, which is to be paid based on the instructional practice score of at least effective earned on or before May 15th each year. That's our proposal. That's what we would like a response to.
I will just say that in the last, if you were to sign and accept the current offer at 12.5%, if you add that to 9.75% last year, that's 22.25% increase in 2 years. The district's position is that the automatic step is well in there multiple times over for every one of your members. And that's the position that we're comfortable with.
What do you mean
Well,
that's in there?
that's-
I don't understand.
That's not how math is done in terms of that.
One month?
I mean you no disrespect. I'm just saying percentage increases are not additive like that, and I think Mr. Antonacci, the numbers man, will probably tell you that. Respectfully, I understand what your point is trying to make. I get it. All that we're saying is this. If the step has been built in to those numbers, whatever they might be, 6, 7, 9, 12, every year for the past umpteen years, then that is something that you are at the very least planning to. Now, I can ask John, he may or he may not admit it, but he has to plan in his department how much the district is going to pay out every year. There is no enterprise, both private or public, that doesn't at least have some semblance of a financial plan for how they are going to spend their money into the near future, the midterm, or the more distant, further term. So I know that there is at least a 1-year plan, there's a 5-year plan, there's a 10-year plan, and there is a plan that's beyond. It's the only way that you could come to this table and tell us, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying the district can say in 2025 or 2026, the district is slated to be debt-free. That requires financial planning. And that means we are guessing what our numbers are going to be based on information. We don't just pull it out of thin air. So what I'm saying is $13.20 for every employee who gets at least an effective rating is not an unreasonable ask because we know that you're planning for it anyway. So we're just saying, put it to paper. Give it to us. Because it's at least what you're going to give to us.
Right.
It's what's in the books.
It's what needs to be negotiated
Now,
each year.
you say that, but here's the reality. Teachers get evaluated in the fall. They get evaluated in the spring. They get that based on a promise that if you get a highly effective, you're going to get X number of dollars. Effective, at the very least, we're negotiating on steps and not parts of steps. So that's what we're asking you is to put pen to paper because you're already doing that. I'm sitting in front of the money man. I know he's already planning to do that, and that's all that we're asking. So that's our ask. This for that, we'd like a response to our proposal.
So I have been given authority to say no to the automatic step and the retention bonus. Our proposal on the table stands. We cannot do or move forward with any other proposals at this time.
Okay, so here we are once again at a stalemate. We just cannot seem to agree on what is the right thing to do. We simply cannot understand this dilemma, as we have clearly established that the district can easily afford to accept our package and pay the teachers a wage that will help, not cover, but help the exorbitant cost of living in this county. We also don't understand why you refuse to give us this automatic step that we've already earned. I mean, I realize you draw a large amount of interest on that money the longer you keep it in the bank. Why do you not want to compensate us for work we did the previous year? This is just not right. You want high-quality performance, but you want to pay a mediocre wage. And you want to hold hostage our reward for the work that we've already completed. We jumped through the hoops. Our stellar performance year after year continues to make this district shine, while the teachers receive no monetary benefits for their labor. We're continuously paid behind the 8 ball. Our extensive research has revealed discrepancies in the way CCPS interprets and enforces Florida statute versus other Florida districts. There is no statute, like we have continuously been told there was for the past 10 years or more, that prohibits teachers from being paid their automatic step at the beginning of each school year for performance earned the previous year. In addition, our package includes a retention supplement, which is a balance to your experience credit. You've rejected it several times. Many districts across the state, some of which surround us and are not nearly as wealthy as Collier County, are paying these supplements to retain their veteran teachers. They value their teachers, and they're putting incentives in place to keep them. We cannot comprehend what is wrong with our district that you blatantly refuse to step up to the plate and invest in your teachers, the very teachers that have put this district on top and are keeping it there. Your message is clear. You offer incentives to recruit teachers, but you put forth no effort to retain the veteran teachers that have given you their career. Shame on you. This is our 11th meeting, and we still cannot agree on a package that's both fair and incentivizing to teachers. You know, we've uncovered a lot of information during these negotiations concerning practices that have gone on in the past at the bargaining table, and we had hoped that a new day had dawned, but I guess not. So it is with heavy hearts that we must once again reject the package that you have brought to us. Any counters we bring forth from here on will simply be a repeat of the package that you now have from us. We're not prepared to alter it in any way unless it would be to add a cost of living adjustment to it, which numerous districts are now including in their compensation packages. Our teachers need and deserve so much more than what you are willing to provide. So it's our hope that you will caucus, talk to whoever you need to talk with for more authority, and reconsider your position on the latest package that we presented. So where do we go from here?
No, there is no date. We're not going to come back with anything. We've been given the authority to the table to call this at an end. So if you are refusing to accept our package, I'm assuming then you're wanting to go to impasse.
We didn't say that. We haven't said that.
We're willing
So
to stay.
we're willing to stay for you all to figure this out, as
No,
long as it takes.
with all due respect, that's not a negotiation. It's a negotiation if both parties agree to stay, and we are saying, at this point, we are not willing to stay, and we would like another date. Even if, let me finish. Even if we declared impasse today, we are still obligated under statute to continue to meet, to negotiate.
Absolutely.
So it is a non-starter for anyone on the other side of this table to suggest that you have an obligation to continue to negotiate and we're not given another date. What we're saying is, we want another date.
Monday.
We're done for today.
Monday, the 23rd.
Yeah.
Does that work for everybody?
Yep.
Okay, our place at 4:30?
4:30.
Monday, the 23rd, 4:30 p.m.
At our place.
CCEA.
Yep.